Russian man like inside the dark, call me Bill Snatcher. Just the brother for the rapture. I hang live, holding on strong, hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifesting. The God's work like appliances, dealing in my psyche.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys a major update in regards to the Boruto manga. So, anime only fans, click off the video because we're talking about a major character who died in this chapter. You've been warned. I cannot believe that Masashi Kishimoto killed Boruto Uzumaki off in this chapter. That's absolutely crazy, and I love the plot twist for this. This man Boruto got so excited about Bleach coming back that he told Kawaki, fam, hook me up with that hollow hole in the middle of my chest. This man out here cosplaying hollows right now, and I love it. I can't wait to see that reunion in Ninja Heaven with Boruto and Neji and Kushina and Minato. Naruto sitting up there talking about Boruto's my son, told Kawaki that you're my son. Well, he gonna be telling Kawaki right now, you're my only son. Yo, jokes aside though, like always, I'm gonna talk about the spoilers that really stood out to me, and these do come courtesy of Organic Dinosaur, but I am waiting until we get the full chapter. That way I can get 100% context and read the chapter for myself, so keep notifications on. Now, before we go into the information surrounding Boruto's death, we got to talk about a few things that really stood out in terms of plot twists. So I got to take a little bit of a victory lap. I had people call me crazy when I said that, like, yo, Kawaki's going to have access to Ishiki's Dojutsu powers, the Sukuna Hikona, the Daioken, the chakra rods, the summoning of the chakra cubes. I said that Kawaki was going to be blending Ishiki's Dojutsu powers with the ninjutsu training that he's had. I said, like, hey, I believe that Ada already knew that Kawaki had the Karma Seal, and I think that Kawaki's Karma Seal returned because Amato did something to his body when he was treating him, and that Kawaki just needed a different way to access that power. All of that got confirmed today. Those are nice plot twists. Those are in the Naruto Explained Theory playlist. If you want to check out my personal theories, feel free to do so. Now, getting back to the meat of this chapter in terms of the spoilers, it's only right that when we start smoking that Boruto pack, just like we smoked 9 packs for 9 tails, we gotta eat a Thunder Burger before we start smoking this Boruto pack. I thought it was beautiful writing that Kawaki put a hole through Boruto's heart in the way that he did. While it's so easy to make the jokes that Boruto never should have brought up that vase after Kawaki fixing that Kawaki was getting his revenge after the fact, while it's so easy to make that joke, I will say, in all honesty, this is one of those moments where Boruto's character arc has come full circle, and he's showing he's a better written character than some of his detractors want to give him credit for. We still got the people saying, oh my god, Boruto's a brat, he's disrespectful to Naruto, there's nothing solid about the character. Go back and look at the moment when Boruto was shown being too afraid to break his own arm because he didn't have the resolve to break his arm in order to get the bells off of Kakashi during the graduation exam arc. And then you see the progression to Boruto being told by Sasuke, are you willing to put your life on the line to fight against Ishiki? Naruto and myself were willing to do so, to Boruto getting his arm broken by Ishiki after Boruto tries to use the compression Rasengan to save Sasuke. And now Boruto is basically telling Naruto, say goodbye to mom, say goodbye to my sister for me. And he tells Kawaki, go ahead and kill me before Momoshiki can take over my body again. We've seen him come full circle, and we've seen the growth. This is great for the character. This is worthy of a video essay. We went from Boruto, who is very misunderstanding of what his father has to do as Hokage and holding real resentment towards his father, to Boruto right now allowing Kawaki to kill him because Boruto knows that he can't fully control Momoshiki and that he's almost killed his own father, and he doesn't know if he's going to be able to stop Momoshiki the next time. This makes you look back at that moment in the very openings of the Boruto manga when Boruto says that this isn't the story of the guy that wanted to be Hokage, the boy who grew up to be Hokage. This isn't his story, but at the beginning of the story, this is the story of me and my father, but this is still my story overall. We're transitioning away from it being the story of Naruto and Boruto to just Boruto's story. and this is a hell of a transition point, bringing front and center the fact that Naruto is once again showing he cannot raise his hands up against his son. Even when it comes to saving his son's life, the most he can do is try and reach out to Boruto to stop him, and Boruto blows him away because his resolve is so strong right now that he's willing to allow Kawaki to do the one thing that Naruto can't. And over in this chapter, according to the spoilers, Kawaki tells him, you don't have it in you to take down your son. He's your son, but he's also a demon. He's got to go. And to see how Naruto is basically forced to go face to face with his duty as Hokage and his duty as a father, and see how somebody else steps in. This is great conflict, and this is a good transition point. His son is a whole ass shinobi right now, and his son is saying, I'm too much of a liability right now. Naruto as Hokage should have no problem with this. However, Naruto as a father right now is completely conflicted. And this is a good way to segue from it being the story of father and son to just being the son's story. This is a great way to begin writing Naruto out of the story as the co-main character, and this is giving good fodder for Boruto to become a more likable babyface slash main character for the story. This is great. This is great. As somebody that loves Hokage Naruto, this is one of those times where I think that they're setting our boy up for a good exit out of here, while also having the seeds there for really good conflict, to where even though he's not the co-main character anymore, he still presents a really good source of conflict. What is his relationship with Kawaki now that he's seen as Kawaki directly disobeys his order not to kill Boruto? Kawaki makes the right judgment call, and now Naruto's gonna have to explain to the other Kages that your fears were confirmed. My son got taken over by Momoshiki. My son almost killed me. And Kawaki, the kid that you guys didn't initially trust until I went to bat for him, made the right judgment call to kill Boruto. And then he's gonna also have to explain that, yeah, Kawaki also has a karma seal right now. Some of those Kage, in particular the Tsuchi Kage and likely Gar, are gonna bring up the fact that this kid supposedly lost the karma seal. We don't know if Ishiki has a way of coming back now that he has karma. We only have to take Amato's words for it. Amato never told you he gave Kawaki the karma. Maybe it's best if you kill him. Naruto's in danger of losing both of his sons, the one that was his firstborn and the one that's his adopted son. The stage is being set for very beautiful conflict right now. And as a story, that's what you want. You want your chaos, but you also want very strong internal conflict that plays off of external conflict. And that's exactly what the manga has for us right now. We have several things being built up. You have the potential fallout, what happens with the Gokage. You have Amato once again looking more and more sus. You have more red flags with Ada in this chapter. You have Boruto's uncertain future. Is he dead? How do they bring Boruto back to life? Because we know that he's alive in the time skip. What are the character interactions going forward from here? This is why the time skip being shown as a flash forward sequence works, because you as the reader know, okay, they make it out of this, but you don't know how do we get to this point, and you're waiting for the shoe to drop. That's why so many people keep asking, what was it that caused Kawaki to turn on Naruto? Because you're anticipating it happening. Anybody that watched the Star Wars prequels 1 through 3, you already knew that Anakin was going to become Darth Vader. You just didn't know how he became Darth Vader. And as you got closer and closer into the timeline for it, it built in more anticipation. It built in more conflict. That's essentially what we're doing right now. We're waiting to see what leads up to that moment where Konoha gets destroyed. This was good writing. I cannot wait to read the full chapter, man. We had all these months of build up, and now we're starting to see how different pieces have fallen into place. This is just like what I said on For Never World's podcast, where myself and a bunch of other awesome creators got around and we talked about the best manga in 2021. When we got to the Boruto portion of it, I said like, hey, this really felt like Search for Tsunade arc, where you had a lot of pieces that were being set up and a lot of the framework for the manga moving forward was being introduced into the story. I said, hey, it kind of feels like that's what we're getting right here. And I think 2022 is gonna have more moments where the foot's on the gas. I think that We still got a little bit more maintenance left just based on the way the Kishimoto does tend to write, but we have a lot of framework for a lot of conflict moving forward. Just as that Search for Tsunade arc gave us Orochimaru still being the major antagonist, but we had the Akatsuki being introduced and set up as threats beyond Orochimaru, and you had all that importance on Naruto needing to get stronger and Tsunade realizing that she can't do everything by herself and that she's going to need to bet on this next generation. And the best way she can hedge her bets is to develop this next generation of shinobi by becoming the 5th Hokage. The Sasuke retrieval arc, the whole portion of part 2 that deals with the Akatsuki, all of that was set up in the Search of Tsunade arc. The Jinchuriki hunt, all of that was set up right there. We have a lot of conflict being set up right now. So what I want to know from you guys is, how did that Boruto pack hit for you? Are you still in PTSD, or are you eating that Thunder Burger and then smoking that Boruto pack faithfully? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.